Hello and welcome to our Facebook Live. This is a Hartman Facebook Live, so you're going to get everything about relaxing in the garden, chilling, something about enjoying the garden rather than just hard work. And I'm sitting in here. I thought I'd start, out of all the things everybody says, no, don't sit in a heritage chair here, but I can't resist it. It's so comfortable. And guess what? One of these is being given away. Oh yes, if you go over to the Hartman Facebook page, it's streaming the same show, so you can, if you're on Domoney page, go over to the Hartman page because you're seeing the same thing. It's all great content, but they're giving one of these away, and it's just so comfortable. It's just so very, and you know the thing is, I've been in a few of these, I call them egg chairs really, they're massively stylish, huge in the 60s. My kids love this one here, they're jumping all over it, trying to turf them out so I can sit down. This is a heritage chair from Hartman, and it's much more substantial construction. I mean, you've got a steel frame that's up there that's powder coated, so the colour looks good, it's long lasting, incredibly hard wearing. It's got a really tough chain that links on. It's also got an anchor at the back so you don't sway too much. But the thing I like about it compared to other egg seats as such, with the design of the egg seat, is that normally you feel a bit enclosed, but because they've got these side bits here, your elbows go out, which is perfect when you're reaching down for that cheeky summer drink or your book on the side plate. It means you're not all, you know, claustrophobic within. It's really nice and open, and I can see all the garden from here right the way across here rather than just one narrow window. So if you're interested in one of these for free, go to the Hartman Facebook page. But other than that, of course, they're for sale, and loads of information on all the furniture sets that we're talking about on today's Facebook Live. You can see that over on the Hartman website, hartmanuk.com. So there's no dots after the hartman.uk, it's just hartmanuk.com for loads of information and the like. And the thing with a lot of garden furniture nowadays, I certainly remember back in the 80s and 90s, you having to put your furniture indoors, then back out again. And of course now it's all made from very strong tough fibres. This is resin weave all the way around here on a very strong metal frame. And of course you've got the overhanger there as well, which is steel. It's incredibly tough. It's taking my weight, good grief. And I've had a couple of the kids on my lap on here as well. But it enables you to just turn around, enjoy, look at the garden, feel as if you're almost floating, I suppose. That's the feeling from it. It's lovely. I don't want to get up, but I've got my iPad here. So please send me some messages. Tell me your name and where you're from, and I'll give you a big shout out. If you've got any hints and tips on how you enjoy your garden leisure, how do you take a moment to sit? It's not all about weeding, watering and cutting the lawn, you know. It's about having a little bit of chill out time, because we know how positive sitting, relaxing and enjoying in our garden is to our mental health and our physical well-being as well. It keeps us well rested, but in addition to that, it enables us to turn off, listen to the birds singing in the background, spot the butterflies and the bumblebees. You know, it's all about immersing ourselves in nature. There's a little hoverfly I can just see. I love hoverflies. They can almost fly backwards. They're marvellous little creatures. So I'm going to take a few messages. If you are interested in one of these egg chairs, they're £699. You can get them and find out near a stockist from the hartmanuk.com website. But if you look at their Facebook page now, you may be able to win one of them, which is always a good thing. Let's just take a little look over here. Rosalind Locke, hello to you, Rosalind. I love that chair, so do I, so do my kids, all three of them. Anna Johnson, yes, that's what I call them, egg chairs. That's how I've known them. Big in the 60s, of course. Cheryl Thomas, hi David, hello to you, Cheryl. Who else have we got here? Susan Milson, hello to you, Susan. Lorraine Markham. Good afternoon, David. Good afternoon to you too. Sarah Ty, I've entered to win the chair. Good luck to you, Sarah. Wendy Gubbins here. Hello, Wendy, from sunny Chippenham in Wiltshire. Sun is coming out. It's threatened. There's a few clouds, but it feels warm. Definitely feels warm. And Rosalind Lockett, David, my heuchera isn't looking great. It's going a bit mouldy. Is it in the wrong place? It's in sun and a bit of shade. Well, the key thing with heucheras is we've had some quite funny weather, because it's been absolutely saturated and then it's been dry. It's that regular supply of water. I would certainly give it a liquid feed if I was you. Miracle Grow organic fertilizer. You buy a little bottle, you pour it into a cap, into your watering can and mix. Feeding plants is really essential, especially if they're not looking great. But if your heucheras are still green and they're living it up and they shouldn't be rotting, a certain bit of fertilizer will help them on the grow. But living in gardens is a very important part. And I like to talk about growing fruit in your garden, some colour to add to the gardens. They've given me a lovely plate. I was talking about fruit, they've given me a whole platter of beautiful fruit, so I might do something with that later. I also want to say, listen, not everybody's got a big garden, and some cases you want to move around, and the set here is looking quite marvellous. I've got one of these little puffs here. Ooh, that's a cheeky little seat. Cheeky in many ways, it's fitting mine a treat. They're great for moving around. This is another great Hartman product. It's available. It's £69.70. They're really hard wearing. You know, sometimes you get them, you sit and you just sink and flop. You know, it gives you no support at all. But this is just, it's a marvellous bit of kit. There's lots of different colours that you can get with it. But what I like about it is it enables me to move it around, to sit and just enjoy the garden. I'm having a look over here. For those of you that's followed me during the build, the water feature here is looking particularly good. Look at that, 3 water lily flowers. Can you get that, camera team? That's our first water lilies. I find them so therapeutic. Now, the image with this garden, this is something that's always in flower. Now, the rhododendrons, azaleas have just finished at the back. The roses have a big early flush of flowers. Water lilies are coming out now, the aim is it's still got to grow. We only finished planting this about 3 months ago, I suppose. The Japanese maples have really worked well. Having a place to sit and enjoy your garden is really important. Normally, when you think about garden leisure, you're thinking about you know, the furniture, the barbecues, but it's not. I mean, garden leisure is where you actually get chance to sit and relax and enjoy your garden, and that's incredibly important. As I said earlier on, it's not just about hard work, it's taking a moment to see the breeze through the foliage of the plants that you put into the garden, get the fragrance from the roses, see the butterflies landing on the garden. It's that moment where you leave the mobile phone at home and relax. And having things like the puff here or the egg chair that you've got around are key components to having that time out and enjoying very comfortably being able to sit and engage with your garden. So spending some money to have a really good furniture set in makes a world of difference, and that is the magic of gardens in and around. And of course, it's not just about that, it is about growing too. I'll take a few more messages that we've had in from you guys. Oh, so many messages now. Now, where to start? Where did I leave off from behind? There we go. We've got loads of views already. Now, where did we start? The last one was heucheras, wasn't it? We're talking about heucheras. I've got David Cobb. David from Plumstead, South East London. Hello to you. Cheryl Thompson from South Wales. Hello to you, Sharon, as well. Stephen McIntosh from Peterlee. Hello to you. Lorraine Markham. My fruit trees don't seem to have set their fruits as much this year. I'm going to talk about fruit trees in a minute, so I'll come back to you, Lorraine, on that one. Elaine Cello, will my azaleas flower next year? I've repotted them, they didn't flower this year. Give them a feed. What you really want to be doing is to give them an ericaceous feed within that mix. There's lots of different types available. You can get Levington's sulphate of iron, or you can also get the Miracle Grow ericaceous feed as well. Give them a boost. That generates and puts power into them. Carol Rand from Hampshire. Hello to you, Carol. Fiona Goldsmith. Hello from me. Hello to you. Christine Bennett. Good afternoon from David. To David from Derbyshire. Nicola Henry. Afternoon, David. My grandchildren want to get one of these egg chairs. I bet they do. Turf them off. Sit in it yourself. You'd enjoy it. Sandra Halland, hi. Yvonne Maxwell Drakes, watching from sunny Swindon. Hello to you. Rose Deeth from Pocklington, and also Sonia Parker. Hello from Barnsley. Relaxing in my arbour with a book. and knitting, loving it. We love being outside as soon as the sun shines, and we deserve it. Sonia Hawksford from Staffordshire. There are so many. I'll come back and read a few more out. Let's talk a bit about fruit, because I'm often asked, I've just done this piece in the magazine, what should we be doing at the moment? And of course, with the Queen's Platinum Jubilee and the Queen wanting as many people as possible to plant a tree for the Jubilee, I thought we'd talk about apples, because fruit is really important. In many cases, you need more than one apple, because sometimes you need one apple to pollinate another apple, so there's fruit. And then you need that other apple to pollinate that apple back, so they reciprocate, because, you know, it's all about sexual reproduction, and plants do it just the same as us animals at the same time. So if you've got fruit trees in the garden already, or neighbouring gardens, you're usually pretty all right, or crab apples, to make sure that it sets fruit. If you've only got space for one tree and you're unsure whether there are other apples around, you can buy a self-fertile one which sets its own fruits. Things like Laxton Superb is a great variety. This one here is a family tree, and if you look at the labels, this branch here has been grafted onto the stem, and that's a Christmas Pippin variety of apple. This big one here is a Bramley. You can tell Bramleys are a lot stronger. And this one here is Scrumptious. And as you can see, all the apples are slightly different anyway. So there's 3 different varieties of apple all on this same tree. How lovely is this? So by getting an apple tree that's a family apple, you get one branch. Each of the branches are different varieties, and apples are incredibly good for you. The skin on the outer part holds a lot of really good beneficial nutrients and vitamins. Of course, the fibre within the apple as well, it really helps your gut. And of course, the flavours are just fantastic. And I kid you not, picking fresh compared to buying in the shops is everything. Not only do you get marvellous blossom on the apple trees, and I love them, and the birds love them too. This lovely soft foliage where you get golden tints during the autumn. But pulling off an apple and biting that crunch and the juice going down the side of your mouth, nothing beats it. So if you're going to plant any tree, have a think about an apple tree for your garden. Not just for you, but for the family as well. You'll be sharing the apples, and it's incredibly good for your health. Another winner, and I've just brought this from my Grow Your Own area at the top, is strawberries. We love strawberries. Look at these cheeky numbers. Oh, now that's not quite ripe. See how it's still a little bit green, like these ones here. Now the moment you pick that, it stops ripening. So don't think for a minute that you can pick them and put them inside the house and whatever like that, and it'll just ripen, as it won't. You need to leave it on the bush to the last minute. And I kid you not, and it's all scientifically proved, the flavour of fruit picked fresh is dramatically different from that you would buy pre-packed in the supermarkets, or even stuff you've picked and left in the fridge for a bit. Fresh, it is unbelievable. It's the same with peas. Of course, with peas, you get a great deal of sweetness because the sugar within the pea hasn't turned to starch, which it starts to do after it's harvested. Now, this is one, I've had this for years. It's a strawberry pot. As you can see, it looks a little bit old. It's a terracotta one. It has been producing successional crops. In fact, one year, when I had a pond, I had a threatening heron come round to try and get my fish. I actually threw the empty pot into the bottom of the pond for the fish to swim through the holes to have that little bit of protection until it cleared off, and I put a net in. So I fished it back out, and it's been doing great. So strawberries are a fantastic crop. You really want to plant them. What you normally find is you get some runners that come off. Where's the runners? We had a couple of them earlier on. They're all fruiting at the minute. These little spurs that then start to grow off, and they make young plantlets, and you want to be taking those off. Oh, here's one. There we go. This is starting to produce a new plantlet where you can run them down, let them root, take them off, and then take the new little strawberry plant as a successional crop, because they eventually crop themselves out. So look for the runners, and all you need to do is buy one lot of strawberries, and it's producing your next babies as well. So strawberries are incredibly good to have in the home, out into the garden, to be able to pick and then bring into the home to eat. So apples and strawberries. Another really popular one, of course, just take a look at the label there, is the currants. And they're really easy to grow. If you've not grown fruit before and you've not got space, you can plant these in your border itself. Now they've got these, you know, almost aromatic leaves that go with it. You can get red currants, you can get white currants, you can get black currants. They're tolerant of most positions. They're a very forgiving plant. Lovely fruit that you get. And if you're eating things like, I don't know, a little bit of cheddar cheese, gorgeous mature cheddar cheese, glass of wine, a couple of the red currants as well in there. Put your tongue at the top, make them pop. That lovely flavour that you get with it, mixed with the cheese and a slug of wine. They're marvellous. Growing fruit at this time of year, grown in containers, make a big difference. Now this little tiny plant here gives you an awful lot. Blueberries. Now they are gorgeous, easy to grow. They prefer slightly acidic soil, so if you're not growing in your garden rhodos, camellias, heathers and the like, and there isn't any in neighbouring gardens, that's a good indicator. But if you want to know your soil type, the best way, we've got some of the best garden centres in the world. So go to your local garden centre with a soil sample. They'll no doubt test that for you. But they can grow really easy in containers using ericaceous compost. So if you use the ericaceous peat-free compost, you can grow blueberries. And picking those fresh and putting them on your table makes a big difference. With grapes, which is another one, and you can get a lot of different grapes about, you really need a greenhouse to get a lot of the dessert grapes. So if you've got a greenhouse or an inside area or a cold conservatory that you can grow, grapes work well too. And there's a whole host. Now, I'm going to have a sit down for a minute just over here. I've got some really nice flowering plants to talk to you about, and I'll do that slightly towards the end of the show to give you some hints and tips what to put in your own garden. But I've been talking about fruit that much. Ooh, they said don't touch the props. That was Oh, they're gorgeous. They are gorgeous. In fact, while I'm about, I'm sorry, this wasn't really nice, but I'm actually going to try one of the ones that I've got here. Where are we? Do you know something? This had a load of strawberries on earlier on, and then the kids came round. Oh yeah. Everybody says, well, oh, here we go, here we go. Let's have a chat. Let's just compare it to the one that I've just had there. Well, that's gorgeous. You can pick up little strawberry plants for about £3 in the garden centres. Just get them back. Buy yourself a grow bag. Just set a few of them in. They're so easy. The flavour of that is marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. Who can blame the kids getting them? And fruit is incredibly healthy. Now, I'm just going to sit down here. Do you know the thing I like? When it's been a sunny day and you're out and about and it's cooler, it's where the cushions on the furniture absorb some of the heat. So when you sit down, it's almost like getting a cuddle with a warm back. This is really comfortable. I'm going to talk about fruit in a minute, but whilst I'm on the set here at the moment, this is a brand new set from Hartman. Don't forget, if you need more information, just go to hartmanuk.com, and they've got loads of different inspirational ideas of furniture, more than I could ever cover in the time that I've got here. And don't forget as well, for those of you who are interested in the egg seat or the heritage chair, as Hartman calls it, they're giving one away free on their Facebook site, so pop over and take a look. You know, in the old days, it just used to be, you know, plastic furniture. But now the thought of having outdoor sofas, it makes a great... Do you know what we did this weekend? This is my garden here. We've got lots of different sets. In fact, we filmed ITVs this morning from this garden. My youngest, Lance, he's only 3. He says, Dad, can we have breakfast outside? So I bought one of them little camping cook, you know, the little hobs. And just over there on that table, I set it up and did bacon and eggs and fried luncheon meat. I shouldn't do that. I love that. Ooh, that's for Dad more than anything else. But there is something about dining and being outside, and having a comfortable set to relax and read a book goes a long way. Now, this set here is a new one from Hartman. It's called Dubai. It's incredibly stylish. I like the fact that, see the rope just on the side there? And it's the same right the way through the back. Take a look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Really contemporary, very different, comfortable as well. It's got that lovely, really chic slate grey effect. It's aluminium, which means a couple of things. One, completely low maintenance. Of course, there's no issue with rust at all on that. It's lightweight as well, so if you want to move it around, it's not like it's awkward and it needs 2 to 3 of you. In fact, the sofa set here is in 2 parts, that bit there and that bit there. We've moved it into an angle set. We like that because we can get the kids on, we can all get round. You get this L shape here. You get the chair as well, which is a real bonus. All the grey cushions you get with it, these scatter cushions you can buy extra, and there's a load. If you go to hartmanuk.com, there's loads of accessories you can buy, so these don't come with the set. But the sofa here, these cushions here are very different as well. Just take a look underneath. They are in fact weather ready, which means if there's a heavy rainstorm, a couple of things happen. One, they're very specially designed so the water globulates. Do you know what I mean? Look at this little bumblebee. Isn't that gorgeous there? He's in with the fruit and the like. So you get this lovely effect with the water globules and just rolls off. It's coming around here again. And at the bottom, you've got this gauze where if water does get in, it just soaks all the way out to the bottom. It's not like holding the moisture within like some cushions do. So they're incredibly practical to be outside in the British weather. If you get a heavy rainstorm, you can just take your plates and your stereo and go inside, and the cushions will release the water itself. So they're really good. Top of the range. And ooh, they're comfy too. You also get the table as well. Now at the top of this table is ceramic glass. It's as tough as anything. It's all been specially hardened, so it's scratch resistant and a whole host of others. But it's also completely flat as well. It's not like putting your wine glass down and finding out that there's a wobble or anything. And talking about wobble, can I just highlight, look at the base of the feet on the table and the furniture as well. They've got little screw bases, so it enables you, if you've got uneven paving, to just unscrew one part and screw in the other to get the table and the furniture, can you believe it, furniture as well, all perfectly level, because there's nothing worse than having a wobble on the table and the like. So you've got a really tough. And the other thing about this glass ceramic top, look at the colour. They call it, it's an aged Tuscan wood finish to it. Now, it's in fact the pattern that's printed onto the tabletop itself. It's so stylish and beautiful. Now, this is about £1.5 grand. It's 1,499, I think, or something similar to that. Just check out the website, hartmanuk.com. There's loads of other stylish stuff, I kid you not. But investing in a really nice piece of furniture to be able to relax back and enjoy the garden, read a book, paper on a Saturday morning, you know, just close your eyes, put your feet up, and you know, just fall asleep in the garden. You can hear the birds in the background. I've just been they're eating so many nuts. They've got a big thing at the minute over on our bird tables with the seed and the fat balls and everything else I keep. There's a marvellous thing about feeding birds in the garden, and the more you bring it, certainly if you've got some really nice furniture and you want to relax out into the garden, natural bird song by feeding the birds work and putting out bird boxes, but also fragrance as well. Just behind on the pergola, we planted up honeysuckle, climbing roses and jasmine to get the fragrance into the area that makes a big difference. I have to say, if you are growing fruit, I'll have a little go about that. Fruit salads are incredibly popular now. I mean, what I do is can't resist it, sorry. Blackberry. There are many thornless varieties now that you can get that enable you to plant up your own hedgerows with a variety of different varieties of blackberry. I choose the thornless ones because I find the thornless ones, I was told not to touch the props, but I can't resist it. The thornless ones are great because it makes it so much easier, certainly if you've got kids, to be able to pick and enjoy. So thornless ones. There's also tayberries that you can plant in between, loganberries. There's a whole host of different berries that can go a long way to producing stuff that you can eat yourself. I love fruit salads. The secret with fruit salads is not to use watermelon. Watermelon is obviously 90% water, so you find what happens is a lot of the water drains from the watermelon, and you end up with a pool at the bottom of your fruit salad, which is water. And the watermelon can be quite strong, so what happens is that you end up with you know, a lot of your really good sensitive fruit tasting a watermelon. Now I leave the skins on whenever I'm doing apples. It is the most nutritious part. It also got the crunch. It's very good for you in a variety of different ways. Wash the fruit as well before you get in. The other secret is to, you know, fill it with a rainbow of colours. Having a mixture of reds and greens. We're going to talk about edible flowers on the next episode, so keep around for that. Having a balance of colours means you're going to get quite a lot of the fruit. Is it me? It was whenever I peel an orange, it reminds me as a kid. What we got when Father Christmas came to our house, we ended up with an apple and an orange in the bottom of the sack. It's always the case, the apple and the orange. And I remember peeling the orange to eat it. So the smell always reminds me a little bit of Christmas. Funny old game, isn't it, that you've got it? So a mixture of fruit in there. Try to keep all the sizes roughly the same when you're doing a fruit salad. I usually find I'm completely going off script here, but I'm sitting outside on furniture. The scent of the fruit in there. I usually put a little bit of lemon in. What you find, if you put a squeeze of lemon in, you can either use just a normal squeezer, or you've got one just like this. It stops some of the fruit, only for a short period of time, discolouring, so the browning on apples and the like. Now, if you've got pips, a good tip is, don't squeeze down, squeeze up. And if you squeeze with the lemon up, the pips, there you are, you squeeze a little, oh, the smell is marvellous. And the pips usually stay at the surface, which enables you to take them off. Just take a look at that. Not only does it taste sweet, not only does it look fantastic, but it's also incredibly healthy at the same time. Ooh, the moment we cut, I'm going to be sitting here scoffing it, but I bet you the crew get to it before I have even a chance. So relaxing and enjoying the garden is really important. Taking that moment to grow your own plays a strong part, and having something comfortable like this Hartman Dubai set to enjoy and invest in. And of course you'll have it for years and years. Incredibly tough, the cushions, and of course the aluminium framework as well. The roping around the outside, right the way through to the detail of the legs, being able to balance it up. Tough Tuscan design surface on this ceramic glass goes a long way to make things very, very special. Now, I'm running out of time. I want to tell you about some really cracking plants that you should be putting into your garden at this time. I'll just show you this one here. This is the Morning Rose. I launched this with Philip and Holly at Chelsea Flower Show 2019. It's available now. It's a lovely Harkness rose that's about, but look at the colour in there. What you do is you find out it comes over quite tight and dark in the bud. It opens out to a very dark flower, and then it lightens. But look at the beautiful amber stamens in there as well. Incredibly healthy, really easy, guys. Lovely patio plant, or in a container as well. This Morning it's called. Check out, go online and see if you can find out your nearest stockist. There's lots about. Really popular things at this time is, of course, plants for pollinators. This is a scabious here. This one here is a beautiful one. It is, in fact, it's a cracker one. It's rose pink, and it's a great one. You can get butterfly blue, and look at the colour in there. And they love it. Butterflies, bumblebees, normal bees, they'll come. And look how many buds are yet to come on it. I picked this up from my local garden centre. How much was that? £9. And that'll be in the garden for years and years. I've got a lovely spot over the far side where we've mounted a bit of soil and sown it into a wildflower area. I'm going to add that there, or even in one of the borders at the back here. It's perfect for adding in. And another one which is really good, I planted this on Love Your Garden the other day when we were filming with Alan. It's a salvia. It's called Caradonna. You can tell it's a salvia. The leaves look slightly sage-like, so it's the same family, although this isn't the edible one. It's got square stems as well. Look at that. But it sends up these spikes of beautiful purple flowers. The secret is when it's finished flowering, deadhead, to encourage more that come from it. But as you can see, the flowers open lower down and it continues to rocket up. These are all buds and they'll just keep coming and coming and coming. And look at all the new foliage as well. It's a real beaut. And of course, most insects, there's a little hoverfly there, have enhanced photoreceptors and they can see UV colour. So they're naturally drawn towards things like this salvia and rosemary and lavender and the like. Now, there are a lot of beautiful foliage plants as well. This is a little spirea. Magic carpet, it's called. And as you can see, the new foliage comes out dark red and then goes to burnt orange tones and finally to gold. And it does have a flower as well. There we go. This is a little spirea flower. It's a little dwarf mound that grows. So you get flower and foliage. I thought that was absolutely beautiful. Look at the light. Look at the light movement, almost like fluttering butterflies. Lots of seasonal colour in garden centres as well that's worth a look at. These, of course, are the big favourites. Probably the thirstiest plant I know in the bedding world. These are part of the Busy family. These are the Papua New Guinea hybrids. And their colour is incredibly exotic, I suppose. Lots of different warm pinks and colours that go with it, with this lovely foliage that they get as well. The only problem is they are very thirsty. If they dry, it looks as if they've collapsed. They completely wilt. But you water them and they come back again. Garden centres are filling up. One of my favourites, the fuchsia. Remember when you go in, there are really 3 different types of fuchsia. I suppose I've double categorised them there, but for the bedding ones, the summer ones, you get upright fuchsias and you get trailing fuchsias. So check the label. It should really tell you on the front whether they're upright or not, or they're displayed. There we are. It's a height 30 centimetres and it's a spread. It's not a weeping one. So you can get some in baskets, window boxes, wall mangers that will cascade down. This is a lovely upright one. This is going in the pot over at the front of the house to cheer me up when I get in. I did say 3 types. Obviously I've talked about trailing and I've talked about upright. There are also hardy fuchsias, meaning you can leave them in your garden, in your borders, and they'll keep coming up time in, time out. Varieties like Rickertonii. So when you go to the garden centre, if you want one permanently in your garden, sometimes they're not as evocative flowers as some of these more brighter ones, but talk to your garden centre and ask specifically for hardy fuchsias. Otherwise, a lot of these fuchsias you need to give a little bit of winter warmth to get them through because the frost is too much. And of course, who can forget, it is geranium time. Aren't they gorgeous? I always think of holidays in Spain or in Greece. White walls in the background, bright, sensational colours in the foreground. Look at that bumblebee. Come in, have a little bit, mate. That's it. Isn't nature wonderful? Relaxing and enjoying the gardens is essential. Let's take a little look at any more messages that we've got before we finish, because I'm always overrunning on time. But here we go there. Tracy Bright, hi David, really enjoyed your book that you kindly signed for me. You're very welcome, Tracy. Loads of messages. Lorraine Markham, is it too late to put in a honeysuckle? No, you can buy them in container plants from most garden centres now. Nicola Henry, beautiful plants that we've got here, and so many more messages. Don't forget, if you go over to the Hartman Facebook page, you may get a chance to win. I'm finishing on the chair. I started on the chair, I'm finishing on the chair. Oh, that's lovely. That's really nice. The only thing that's going to get me off this chair is that fruit salad. So don't forget, if you go to the Facebook Hartman Facebook page, there is your chance of winning one of these marvellous, they call it the Heritage, see. It looks a bit like an egg chair to me. I'm not spoiled, but I'm not supposed to say egg chair or not, but it's lovely. And don't forget, this one's very different because not only is it strong construction, and it's also, you can leave it outside, get the cushion with it as well. It's incredibly comfortable. but you've also got this bit where your arms can move in and out. And for more inspiration, if you're looking for different ways you can enjoy the garden, there's lots of blogs that I'm doing with the guys on their website. It's hartmanuk.com. That's hartmanuk.com, with loads of inspirational images of different styles of garden furniture that you can have. There are also some brilliant giveaways on my website as well. You can win an Aqua Oxy 500 courtesy of Oazi for your water features. You can also, from Heartless Roses, win Sweet Siri. Beautiful rose, so full of fragrance. You can win 1 out of 10 bottles of Miracle Grow Pour and Feed liquid plant food, an urban balcony planter courtesy of Garantia, and an Aquajet from Yard Force. That's an amazing piece you put on the end of your hose to be able to clean your patios, your cars and whatever. Our next live gardening show is on Friday the 24th, not far away at all, supported by Miracle Grow. But stay tuned on my Instagram and YouTube, where I'll be uploading plenty of gardening hints and tips and videos of what I'm doing in my garden at the moment. And of course, big news is, from the 20th of June, it's Rose Awareness Week, so keep an eye on my website and Instagram and YouTube for tips on growing roses and how to grow this most beautiful plant. Well, thank you very much to our friends at Hartman. Very comfortable. I will be going back straight over there onto that lovely Dubai suite, having a glass of water or maybe something cheeky, plus some beautiful fresh fruit as well. Do take a moment to go to your local garden centre, buy some fruit, a fruit tree or whatever for the garden. Take your kids with you if you've got them. Get them to buy in to growing their own. Always enjoy talking to you from my garden here. I hope you have a really good week and you're taking some time to enjoy your own garden as well as work in it as well. Certainly with the forecast being weather particularly good and a big heat wave on our direction, get yourself some decent garden furniture and sit back and relax the enjoyment outside. Well, the fountain's certainly working there and the little waterfall. I'll leave you with that.